Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This video is going to be about travel sick with children. I currently don't suffer with travel sickness, never have really, but my partner does, and I think that's where Lily got it from, because since about 9 months old she got travel sick and constantly was being sick in the car, and now she's 2. Yeah, we've got that. Now she's 2. It's got a lot better, so I just thought I'd give you some tips. There's no cure for travel sickness. I think you can have tablets and wear them like travel bands, but there's like no cure for it, so I just thought I'd give you some tips in case your child is travel sick. So the first tip would be to make sure you always open the windows so there's always fresh air circulating in the car, because I find if it's too stuffy that just makes them feel even worse, because I always find that when the windows open they're getting air, and if I was to feel sick I would like fresh air as well. So always make sure the windows open a bit, or if it's raining, open the opposite side of the car. Just don't let it get condensation in there. Don't let it feel a bit too clammy all the time. Just make sure there's air going through. Second one is you can distract them by singing nursery rhymes or talking to them. And I did a lot of research with Lily, and apparently you're not supposed to read books to them. You're not supposed to let them have tablets in the car, because apparently something to do with the concentration of them concentrating on that can make them worse. So it's best to if they're old enough, play I Spy out the window, or sing nursery rhymes, or just generally talk to them. It's supposed to be a lot easier than giving them books, because it's apparently to do with the inner ear sending mixed signals to the brain that makes them feel sick. So apparently it's not good to do that, which I never knew that. The third tip is just to make sure they're not too hot, so layers in the car. Just make sure they've always got thin clothes on in the car, and then a blanket if it's too cold, because that doesn't help when they've got really thick clothes on and they feel sick. You just want them to feel cool. Number 4 is don't be in the car longer than 20 minutes if you can, and that Lily's was about 20-25 minutes, and if she was in the car any longer then she'll throw up. So yeah, if you can, just try and do little trips at a time, and then that should be better on their stomach. Number 5 is always try to plan long trips around their nap time so they will sleep, because if they sleep then most of the time they're completely fine, and you can go from A to B without them throwing up and being sick everywhere. And yeah, that's definitely try and plan long journeys around nap times. Wait roughly an hour after food before travelling, because then it gives their food time to settle. Apparently it's not good to travel on an empty stomach, and it's not good to travel on a full stomach, so it's just good to travel when you've ate and then you've left about an hour, and then the stomach should have settled, and then you should be ready to go. Always probably just take water. Don't give them any fizzy drinks, juice or anything like that. Just give them water, so if they do throw it up it's just water and it's not going to hurt type thing. 'Cause I remember when I had morning sickness and anything else throw up, it just hurts and it smells really bad as well. So water, just let them sip on water, and don't feed them in the car, especially if they've got travel sick. Just don't give them any food. Just stop somewhere, feed them, let their stomach rest, and then travel again. Another tip is that I find, this is what I had to do because Lily was rear facing right up until she was 2, so and apparently when they're rear facing that can make it worse as well because of with them going backwards. So we always used to have they're like puppy training mats basically, what you put down when your puppy's getting potty trained, and it's a mat but it's quite thick. So we use them. It sounds a bit stupid, but I put it on a bib, and it was all over her, and they caught all the sick all the time. Instead of it going all down or all over the car, it caught it all the time. So we used to do that. We'd have a back bag in the car, so once she's finished being sick, I'd wipe up with baby wipes. They're really good to have in the car. Then clean her all up, put that in the bag, fasten the bag. I put a fresh one on, and then that would be it, and majority of the time she wouldn't be sick again after that. And then she's all clean, and you're not travelling and your child's not uncomfortable because they're covered in sick and the car's not covered in sick. So I definitely do recommend them if your child is really travel sick. And then the last tip is basically, if the journey is really long, then just try and make like regular breaks, like after 20 to 25 minutes, try and like stop the car, let them get a bit of air, and then go on again, because I think that will be better than just trying to get a long journey in and they just constantly keep throwing up, because no one wants a car to smell like sick or their child to be uncomfortable. So yeah, that's my tips, and I hope they help if your child has travel sick. And now with Lily, she's a lot better. She has not been sick and since she's been forward facing, so I don't know if that's really helped with her, but I was just so keen to not forward face her, because the research I've done, it's just not worth it, risking her life, or like her having a broken neck, or if we got in a car accident with her, it's just not worth it for the sake of her just being sick the opposite way. But now she physically can't go the other way now because she's just too long. So yes, it does scare me, but she's so much better with her travel sick. We went on a journey to Yorkshire Wildlife Park, and I think that was about an hour and a half away. I think so, I can't remember. Oh no, actually I think it was only about an hour away. And she fell asleep on the way there, and then on the way back she was awake for 50 minutes I think it took to get back, and she wasn't sick. And I was just so amazed, because I was just so happy, one, for it being her birthday, I didn't want her to be sick on her birthday, and two, the fact that she didn't even throw up for being in the car for that long. So yes, I'm so happy that she didn't do that. So definitely, I still do all of the opening the windows, and I don't give her a tablet, I don't feed her anything in the car, and it seems to have helped. And now she's forward facing, definitely seems to have helped a lot. So hopefully you find these tips useful, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.